Yeah. Disappointed in our play. It starts with me. I'm the head coach. I got to figure it out, and I'm responsible. So, thought we responded and fought back in the second half, but just dug ourselves too big of a hole.
Dustin, looking at the first half, they were really up on you on the ball, really pressing you out front. Really, you could tell they were focused on Delph and Almonacey. What were they doing defensively that was effective in the first half, and then how did you guys go address that coming out of the halftime locker room?
Yeah, I mean, probably a lot like us. I mean, they had 3 or 4 guys not play. We didn't know who was out there until warm-ups. Same thing with us. So, I mean, they came out. They have not necessarily done that. I mean, but credit them. They came out and just pressure, was keeping the ball on the side, not letting us use ball screens in the middle. And we adjusted and put, 3 guys on the baseline. We tried doing that in the first half, but we just defensively in turnovers, led to a lot of points for them. And so we adjusted in the second half and stopped doing a lot of those and made it into a flat screen and popped it. So it's hard to really force on the side with it being flat like that. But at the end of the day, we just dug ourselves too big of a hole.
Another adjustment that looked like it took place, Brown was, as you'd expect, kind of the catalyst for their offense in the first half. He had 12. They played off of him. They scored 43. Second half, he doesn't get nearly the looks. What did you guys do differently? Because it wasn't just a matter of him getting the ball and you forcing it out with the double. He wasn't getting the ball as often, and it really kind of bogged their offense down.
Yeah, we were trapping him, him and Akumba the whole game, right? Akumba hadn't played in a while, and he was back, and so with both of those out there guys, it's difficult. One thing we did with Brown wasn't necessarily with our bigs; it was with our guards. We were going under a lot of stuff in the first half, trying to pack it in and make it difficult for them to get him the ball. But at the end of the day, it wasn't making us aggressive, and so we stopped that, and it just made our whole team a little bit more aggressive. We were more aggressive on the ball. That was a focus point for our, Brown, he's McDonald's All-American. He's Pac-12 Six-Man of the Year last year. And so when you add Akumba, who hadn't played, back together, those guys were 13 and 16. And so I thought our trap didn't really hurt us. But I thought helping our guards be a little bit more aggressive, helped us there.
Second half, you're 7 for 16 from the arc, 3 for 13 otherwise. Obviously, they're big. So, getting to the rim and maybe, I'm not going to ask you to comment on this, maybe there were a few calls that probably should have been made that weren't. But, what do you have to do when you're talking to your guys about playing through some of that contact and trying to get a better finishing rate at the rim?
Yeah, they're top 10 in the country at rim protection, partly because of Brown and Akumba, right? And so we knew it was going to be difficult to score at the rim. However, they foul a lot. And so we really wanted to get to the free throw line. We got there 17 times. We got fouled a little bit more at the rim in the second half, but unfortunately, we were 52% from the free throw line, including some one-on-ones there. And so we got some more threes down, but we knew scoring inside was going to be difficult. That is one of their strengths. Literally, they're top 10 in the country at rim protection, and you can see why. They've got 2 really big players. I thought it was a overall well-officiated game. The officiating had nothing to do with the game, in my opinion.
What do you take away from the second half, momentum-wise, that you can carry over going into Saturday's game?
Yeah, we can't let one loss turn into 2. We sat here last year and we lost to Troy in the opener, never led a second. We bounced back and we beat them by 31, largest Sun Belt victory ever. So, I just told them we've got to respond. We've got to respond together. Obviously, it's really difficult right now. Like we're kind of an hour-to-hour basis right now with stuff, with our roster, and you're just kind of sticking by your phone. But that's part of it. Everybody's going through it. We're thankful to be playing. But like we're positionless, but we started Donovan Gregory as a guard. He hasn't played a guard in 2 years. Now we were able to do it because he's such a good ball handler. But there's some things that you kind of gotta figure out on the fly a little bit. With everything going on, we'll fight back. We'll respond. Certainly at the end of the day, it starts with me, and I got to get it figured out.
To the roster situation, as much as you can tell us about Justin, what is his status looking like for Saturday?
I don't know. He's in the COVID protocols, and I don't have a time frame. I wish I did. I tried to get some of those answers before the game, and so we're the health and safety of our players is always the most important thing, and so we're figuring it out hour by hour.
One more health question on Xavier Brown. Notice he was without crutches, which has to be progress. Any prognosis on what you might expect there?
Yeah, and there's he did sprints yesterday. There's a lot of improvement there. He's progressing every day. Obviously, he's off crutches, but he did sprints yesterday for the first time, and so that's a major improvement. And so there's no exact time frame on him either, other than I've been asking for that too. But there's significant progress, and so we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Anything else?
Go Mountaineers, take the stairs.